So hello and welcome back to Do It for a little bit of a different video today. No running in this video actually. This is going to be a 5 mistakes I made when I started running. I've been running for 10 weeks now, 10 weeks into training, just got back from the hardest run I've ever done and it was only 10 kilometers, but you will see that in the next few days. It's freezing, it's wet, one of them where you just want to quit. However, not the point of this video. So I just want to go through 5 mistakes that I made or 5 things that I've learned since starting running in case anybody else wants to start, whether that's just to get fit, to lose weight, or whether in my case as it was, to be able to run through grief and to be able to try and clear your head and things like that. Because there are some things what you should know and shouldn't do like I did. And I just want to go through them now so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So the first mistake I made, and is something that you probably read a lot about online, but don't see in real life quite a lot, and that was shoes. I ran in these. They are the most vile shoes you've probably ever seen. Yes, they are paint stained. Yes, they are ripped. And yes, they probably are too big for me. And all that did was cause horrendous pain in my shins and nearly got me to quit. So first thing I would do if I were you and you wanted to start running, make sure you get some shoes that A, at least are running shoes, but B, if you do go and get some analysis done of your feet, most running shops do it for free. You just run on a treadmill for 5-10 minutes. When I was running, it looked like my ankle was going to break in half in them shoes, and they suggested I get some with a bit more cushioning for a wider fit and a slightly smaller size. So now I run in, apologies, they are dirty and they are wet because I've only just got back, but some Brooks Adrenalines, and they have absolutely changed the game for me and made running a lot more enjoyable. So if you're watching this, before you even go out for your first run, you don't have to spend a lot, at least get running shoes and make sure they're not covered in paint, got rips in, or are too big for you. The second mistake I made, that was also to do with something what goes on my body, and that was clothing. So I thought, you know what, how hard can it be? I can run in anything. And the main issue I got was running in undershorts or shorts made of cotton, like these. I'm a heavier guy, I'm a heavier runner. Just causes sores. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, but don't go through the pain I did, and don't go through the discomfort I did. Go out, you know, you see all these adverts online, you don't have to spend a lot. I just run in some cheap, these are Sports Direct if you're from the UK, just undershorts from Sondico. The polyester rather than cotton. Cotton is your biggest enemy for undershorts. If you are either a heavy runner or any runner, don't make the mistake I did. Sports Direct do some really good cheap undershorts, and also Decathlon do as well for leggings, which I'm running a lot now. It's winter. I think I managed to pick up 2 pairs for £20 or something, and they just constantly get rotated, and I think are going to last me a long time by the looks of them. No wear at all, and they've already been through a good amount of miles. So second tip is do not run in cotton or any other garments but aren't otherwise designed for running, because you will come to pay the price in the end, as I did, and it made for an uncomfortable well, I won't go any further than that. Number 3 for anyone starting running, and it's a mistake I still make to the day. I've not learnt from a mistake, I'm just trying to say don't do as I do, and that's running injured. You'll see a video if you click somewhere around here of when I put a video up saying I'm injured because of my knee and my foot. I got lucky, I think. My foot I was in tremendous pain with that actually for about a week. And I actually ran through it, which is completely ill-advised. Don't do that. And I managed to carry on, and just about now, it's about 2 or 3 weeks later, it's finally subsided properly. But if you do get injured, and you know, my tip 4 will help you try and prevent getting injured. But if you do, just try and take a couple of days, rest it, do anything you can just to try and take the pressure off your joints, because they're not used to running at the minute. Mine 10 weeks in and mine still aren't. I'm sat here with achy legs and knees at the moment, but they're a lot better than I was when I'd only been doing it a couple of weeks. So tip number 3 is if you are injured or you have any niggles, just relax. Take that day off. Don't stress that it's going to mess your training plan up. Consistency is what's key with running. It's not about hitting Monday, Wednesday, Friday all the time. If you have to move that Wednesday run to a Thursday to allow your body to recover, then don't do as I did, else you'll end up with some dodgy KT tape strapping, a dodgy knee brace, and probably won't have any ligaments left in your joints by the time you're 30. Tip 4 is a very common one what's gone out there, but I can preach this. I'm only 10 weeks in, I'm not a professional runner, not a marathon runner yet. I think I can class myself as a runner now though. Tip 4, don't do too much at once. I was really bad for this. I think on my first run, before I got a coach, before I started following training plans or whatever, I decided to just look at Couch to 5k and think, yeah, I can do week 4, I can run for 30 minutes with my belly going up and down, cotton trousers on, all sorts of pain everywhere, and I ended up injured. And then I started properly 2 weeks later because of it. So at the start, just take it slow. If that's 10 seconds running for 50 seconds walking, just start there. Anything, just walk to start, it doesn't matter. But don't go out like I did and think you can run straight away, run X amount of miles, meters, I don't know, millimeters, if your body isn't used to it, because that's how you get to point 3, exactly like I did, and end up injured. So if you do, especially, and this, I always refer back to this, especially as a heavy runner as well, you know, I'm now, I don't know, about 245 pounds. I'll put the kilo somewhere on the screen here. That's a lot of poundage to go through my knees, my ankles, my feet, whatever, my hips. And if they're not used to that or conditioned to that, then I'm going to get injured, and that's exactly what happened. So 10 weeks on, I've managed to build up to where I am now, and I don't feel anywhere near as bad as I did when I first started running after the sessions, even though I'm going longer now. So do build up to it. Fitness does come quite quickly, and you will be able to start running them distances you've always dreamed of. But at the start, take it slow, take it easy, and just get the legs moving. Tip 5, actually something might be slightly controversial in the running world, I guess, because what I found when I started running is a lot of it is based on, can be based on numbers, heart rate, you know, constantly looking at your watch. And that's a mistake I've made. So for the first 8 to 9 weeks of all of this, I was constantly looking at my watch every couple of minutes just to see where my heart rate was at, every couple of minutes to see, you know, what my pace is. And actually it was taking the enjoyment and the point out of why I run. So don't do it. All I do now on my long runs, obviously if we do tempo runs and things like that, you have to have a sort of gauge. I might check now every 10, 15 minutes, but generally I know by my breath and I know how I'm feeling, how fast I'm aiming to go and whether my effort is enough. But all I do now is have it on for maps and it beeps at me when I need to turn left or right or go straight on. And tip 5 then is literally don't stress the little things too much. If you want to run and you just want to get outside, you want to cover distance, fitness will come. Just don't sweat the heart rate, don't sweat the stats all the time. You know, don't be constantly looking at your watch like I was. Manage to lift your head up, look around, enjoy the views, realise why you're doing it. As I've said before, I do this. I lost my daughter Margot in August, and I do this because it helps me clear my head. It helps me get through this grieving process, what I'm currently going for, and that's what's most important. And that's why on my long runs, I've got a long run tomorrow. I think I'm doing about 19k, and I will just enjoy it. I will have the map on my watch. I will go at a slower pace as I should for my long runs. And I'll just enjoy everything around me. No headphones in, just enjoying being outside, clearing my head, getting my thoughts straight, being on my own for that amount of time, and just being able to get through it. So tip number 5, don't sweat the little things. Don't get so hung up on the stats. Just enjoy moving your feet, putting one leg in front of the other. And I promise, running can change how you feel. It can change how you think. And actually it can dig you out of a mighty, mighty dark hole. So a bit of a different video today. Anyone who's watching this, I just wanted to put this video out there so you've got something to relate to. So it's coming from a guy who's only been running 10 minutes, heavy runner, you know, what mistakes I've learnt so you don't make them too. As for how I'm doing at the moment, I'm doing okay. Been back at work this week for the first time since we lost Margot. So that's been nice to get some structure back, but obviously tough, just, you know, on everything really. And I'll touch on that in my next video coming up after when I recorded the last couple of runs, and that'll be out in a couple of days' time. But yeah, overall, 2022, remaining positive, trying not to wear cotton, ruin my shoes, get injured, sweat the little things, and do too much at once, to be honest. So hopefully I'll manage to stick to my own rituals and learn from the mistakes I've made, and hopefully these tips might help yourself. I will put the link to the shorts and things I bought down in the description below if anyone's interested. Honestly, they changed my life. For the sake of a tenner, what's that, takeaway or pizza? It's worth it. And if anyone else has got any common mistakes, please put them in the description below. And as always, if you do like these videos, please like, please comment, and please subscribe. I'm hoping to carry on putting these videos out for as long as I can, leading up to the ultras, or 7 ultras in 7 days in August. If you're new here and you found this just through looking for mistakes, please watch back my other videos, starting from the story of a stillborn dad. It'll give you a bit of reasoning for why I'm doing this, for why I'm not an elite marathon runner putting video or putting content on the internet, just a normal guy trying to navigate through the worst time of his life and using running to do so. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.